should you be doing what you're doing? Now, I had sent an email to my list this morning and I was asking that question. Should they be writing? Should they be blogging? Should they be creating low content books? Whatever they're doing at the moment, should they really be doing it? Now, I was probably like a lot of people, when I came online, I probably went the way the herd went. When I was starting off, I think blogging was probably a big deal back then, and I got into blogging, and one of the popular niches at the time was weight loss. So again, I wasn't somebody who knew a lot about weight loss. I never really had problems with weight, but it was one of the things to get into at the time, and I, like many of the herd, raced in that direction, got into blogging and started writing about weight loss and dieting and all that because the money was in it. Now, I did show up there for a good while, but my heart wasn't in it. Again, I didn't know much about it, but I kept writing articles, I kept posting them here and there, but I'd no really love for what I was doing. And then I think after a while then something came along, then I think it was Google Cash, I think that ebook came out, and I was going to show you how you could make money selling affiliate products. And then me, along with probably many in the herd, all veered in that direction and then went racing off after that product and that kind of thinking. So for the longest time I was buying ads on Google and I was driving them to, again, dieting sites or whatever, but I was making affiliate commissions on it. Now again too, I didn't really know what I was doing, I had no love of it, and I was just kind of following the herd. And then after a while then I think the herd then turned in a different direction. I forget what the next thing was that we got into, but again, I followed the herd, and unfortunately there are probably people on my list at the moment who are following the herd, and that's how they've ended up doing what they're doing at the moment. They might have followed the herd to get into blogging, or maybe the Kindle store, maybe writing fiction books, or maybe it was colouring books or whatever it was, but they're following the herd and they're going from one thing to the next thing. But they have no love for what they're doing. They're just simply just copying everybody else. Everybody's in the Kindle store today, so I'm going to go to the Kindle store too. Everybody's an expert on Facebook ads, so you know what, I'm going to go offline and I'm going to help businesses create maybe better Facebook ads or maybe a better Facebook wall or whatever it is. But again, they're just kind of following the stampede and going from one to the other, and they probably have nothing to show for it. They have no love for what they're doing, and they don't stand out in the crowd. So in that email I was directing them to one of the courses that I had created, and it's called What's Your Story. And in this course, it's only a series of videos. What I do is I ask you a series of questions that I'd like you to answer, and be truthful in how you're answering. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't probably take a few moments to think about what we are doing. Why are we writing? Why are we creating these colouring books? Why are we doing that? Now, you can give me maybe a superficial answer to that, like, I am doing it for the money, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of things you can do for money. You can have sex with somebody for money, but if your heart's not in it, you probably aren't going to be making a lot of money. And do you really want to be making money that way? So if you use the excuse, oh, I'm in it for the money, there are a lot probably better things that you could be doing right now than creating colouring books or writing or whatever. So I want you to think about that. Why are you doing what you're doing? Now, what I had said to those people was, even if they didn't purchase a product, the fact that maybe they asked themselves that question, maybe for the first time, is going to stop them from, experience a lot more heartache, a lot more kind of lean times, and it's going to stop them being just another face in the crowd. If you're creating a colouring book just like everybody else is, if I lined everybody up, if I lined all the colouring books up, who would stand out in that crowd? You need to have a story, you need to have a reason why you're doing it, and it's from these reasons that people are going to build a bond with you and are going to, you're going to put more kind of effort into those colouring books, you're going to show up regularly, you're going to have a reason why you're doing it, and there's going to be more of a love. Now, it's a weird thing, but people can actually sense, whatever bit of love that you have for your work, it can come across. Even on like a Kindle device, whatever like that. How many times have he read maybe a book, and by the time he got to the end of it, it was just totally, there was no connection to the writer, there was no kind of feeling for the characters or whatever. It was just a kind of empty experience. And there's been other books then that we had read where they have, for whatever reason, they have leaped off the page, you have fallen in love with the writer and the characters and everything, and they're stuck in your mind for maybe months and years after it. And I found that too with some of my courses. Some of the courses I created that I had no love for, where I was just in it for the money, they flopped. And to tell you the truth, they were probably the hardest products I needed to create. The easiest products I created were ones that I did enjoy putting together, that I did have a genuine reason for making, and they were usually the most profitable ones. So what am I talking about today? Well, again, like those people, I want you to think about what you are doing. Why are you doing it? You know, should you really be a writer? Should you be really doing colouring books? What is the reason? Again, as I said, you know, you probably say, well, I'm in it for the money. I'm in it maybe to ditch my 9-to-5 job. But again, you know, you need to dig deeper than that. You need to find the real reason that you are doing what you're doing. And as I said to my audience, if I lost half of my email list today because they decided, well, you know, maybe I shouldn't be creating these, maybe I should be doing something else, maybe I should be doing something offline, I would welcome their decision to do that, and I would love if they would leave my list and go off and do something like that, because it's not suited to them. And at the end of the day, I am selling products to them that they're never going to use, that are going to be just kind of left on the hard drive, and it's going to be a waste of time for both of us. It's going to be a waste of time of me writing them emails to them. It's going to be a waste of their time reading them, and again, they're going to be wasting their money. So I would rather they left my email list and went off and did something that they were more interested in and that they have a love for. So if you don't have a love for what you're doing, like at the moment I am walking around this field and I'm starting to get wet, and as you can probably see here, I'm walking around in my bare feet on the grass, which I like doing from time to time. You know, I am not doing this for the money at the moment. You know, the audience and everything isn't right here now at the moment, but I am showing up here because I enjoy doing these. I enjoy talking to the camera. I enjoy maybe giving over some advice to people and maybe making a difference in someone's life by doing that. So as I said, if you've no love for what you're doing, maybe it's time just to put on the handbrake, stop for a few moments, get a pen and paper out today, and just ask yourself over and over again, what do I want to do and why do I want to do it? And keep digging away and stop looking for the superficial answers like, oh, it's going to be a way to get out of this 9-to-5 job, it's a way to make money, or whatever it is. Dig deeper and deeper and deeper in that, and the more you dig down, the more you'll actually fall in love for why you're doing what you're doing. You're going to have a genuine reason why you're getting up to do it, just like I have a genuine reason why I'm walking around in this rain, because I like doing these videos. I like talking to you, and hopefully I am passing some advice, and hopefully I'm making a change to somebody in the world who I probably will never come in contact with. So again, why are you doing what you're doing? Find out the reason why and take action on it. You know, it might say to you today, well, after you've gone through this question, you know, maybe I should ditch the writing, maybe I shouldn't be a writer, maybe I shouldn't be creating, you know, those low content books or whatever it is. Maybe I should be going in a different direction. And if you find that is the case, you know, even if you have a couple of years worth of work behind you, ditch it, because you know, you're never going to be happy until you actually do something for you, rather than doing it for the money or the crowd or whatever it is. Do things for yourself. So at the moment the rain is coming down a bit heavier here, and I think this phone is going to break, it's going to get that wet, so I better head off. But as always, if you'd like to ask me a question, or you'd like me to cover something in an upcoming episode, or you'd just like me to discuss something, reach out to barryjmcdonald@gmail.com. and if you'd like if you'd like more of this content, sorry, I got distracted there for a second. If you'd like more of this content, do a search for WriteCome. That's WriteCome.com, and you'll find the content all over the web. And as always, if you go to the WriteCome site right now, you'll find a great free report which is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your keyboard. So if you want to head over to WriteCome, download the free report, let me know how you get on with it, and as always, on this rainy day, have a great day. Bye bye.